Hello, friends. Have you ever wondered what it takes to build a city that will one day rule the world? A sword? A vision? Or perhaps a wolf? The Tiber River hums gently beneath my canoe. Its waters twist through centuries, whispering tales older than legends. But today, it tells me of the beginning, not of a city, but of a myth that dared to become real. Long ago, before marble columns and marching legions, before senators in togas and emperors in triumph, there was a cradle floating on this very river. Inside were two tiny boys, Romulus and Remus. Born of royalty, cursed by power, and saved by nature, their story is tangled in both fate and fur. Their mother, Rhea Silvia, was a Vestal virgin forced into chastity by her uncle, King Romulus, who feared prophecy more than love. But prophecy doesn't care for rules. The war god Mars himself is said to have fathered her twins, sealing their destiny in divine ink. Terrified, Romulus ordered the infants drowned in the Tiber. Yet rivers, especially this one, have their own loyalties. The basket didn't sink. It floated, bobbing gently until it came to rest in the roots of a wild fig tree at the base of Palatine Hill. And there came the wolf. She was no ordinary creature. With the fierceness of a mother and the grace of a goddess, the she-wolf suckled the boys, sheltered them in her den, and raised them not as orphans, but as survivors. Some say it was Lupa, a sacred beast. Others whisper she was a human woman of ill repute, as Lupa also meant she-wolf in the less flattering sense. But myth does not care for our categories. Raised by shepherds after the wolf, Romulus and Remus grew into strong, impulsive young men with a flair for rebellion. When they discovered their royal lineage, they overthrew King Romulus and restored their grandfather to the throne of Alba Longa. But that was not their fate's final chapter. They wanted a new city, a place of their own. But where? Romulus favored Palatine Hill. Remus chose Aventine. They consulted the gods, watching for birds, counting auguries. Romulus saw 12 vultures. Remus saw 6. Logic? Divine math can be tricky, but pride, that's where things broke. Remus mocked Romulus by leaping over the low walls of his brother's city in progress. "This is your defense?" he laughed, and Romulus, in a moment as poetic as it was brutal, struck him down. "So perish anyone who crosses my walls," he declared. Yes, he killed his brother. The first act in Rome's long play was fratricide. It wouldn't be the last time blood was spilled for a boundary. Romulus, now alone, finished building his city on Palatine Hill. He named it after himself, Roma. He filled it with wanderers, criminals, slaves, anyone without a home. A city of outcasts, a kingdom of ambition. He ruled it for years before vanishing in a thunderstorm. Some said he was taken by the gods. Others said, not all thunder is divine. But the city remained, and what began with a basket, a wolf, and a crime would soon become the heart of an empire. The river beneath me ripples like laughter, as if amused by how serious we take our stories. But perhaps every empire needs a little myth to hold it together. And Rome? It had 7 kings. Yes, next time we'll meet them, one by one. The builders, the warriors, the lawgivers, and a few surprises. So hold on to your paddle, friend. The Tiber is just getting started.